I've recently got hold of Strymon BigSky because I've used Valhalla Shimmer quite a bit, and if you've seen my Stranger Things theme tutorial, you'll see I used it on pretty much every sound. It just adds a lovely sparkly sort of choral sound that creates huge atmospheres from the simplest of sounds. So as the BigSky Shimmer is so renowned, I've been really interested in finding out how it compares to the plugin. The plugin's just $50 and the pedal's about $480, so it's almost 10 times the cost. And yet the pedal has got other reverb algorithms and you can use as many instances of the plugin as you like per mix. So I'm forgetting all those differences, I'm just looking at how they sound and can you make the Valhalla sound as good as the BigSky? As there's no denying the BigSky Shimmer sounds amazing. So first off, I've recorded a few notes on the Korg Odyssey, nice and sparse so we can hear the reverb clearly. So first off, I've recorded a few notes on the Korg Odyssey. I've just recorded something nice and sparse. Here we go, let's see if we can play that. Just so that you can hear the reverb clearly. There you go, nice and sparse. Okay, so let's just disappear that for a minute. Mute it. I've then used that recording on all these channels. You can see it's up here. Let's go into this audio too. It's the Odyssey as well. So the same sample has been used over and over and over. And I'm not going to examine every combination of every parameter. That'd be crazy. So what I've done is I've tweaked the BigSky to a tone that I liked on this, and then I've emulated it on the Valhalla. I'm using this Nexi program from Strymon, which is an editor and librarian for the BigSky Mobius and the timeline, and it's just a nice way of seeing exactly what I'm doing on the screen. And you'll see here I've got the mix just past 12 o'clock on the BigSky, which equates to around 0.37 on the Valhalla. And I've set the tone on the BigSky to about 2 o'clock, which equates to quite a lot of high cut down at the about 4,000 hertz. Also, I've got a little bit of mod rate and mod depth. I've not matched those perfectly, but just to give a slight bit of modulation. I started off with a patch that uses no regeneration, so no feedback on the Valhalla Shimmer, and the amount 0 on the BigSky, and this just gives the plain reverb sound without that sort of shimmery pitch stuff. So here we go. Just a little bit of reverb's beautiful, isn't it, when you compare that to that original sound. Anyway, here it is on the Valhalla. And the mod rate and the mod depth might be slightly different, but to all intents and purposes, that's the same sound, isn't it? So I'm going to add some feedback on the Valhalla, which is the regeneration on the BigSky. So the regeneration mode is on, and I'm going to set it to around 50%. Well, to exactly 50%. So you can hear those pitch effects coming in. If you listen to that sort of last click there, that's without the regen. And that's with it. You can hear that sort of octave higher there. So let's just listen to that last one again. And now on the Valhalla. I've got the decay setting at about 5.5 seconds on the BigSky, which is the size of 0.1 on the Valhalla. And 50% regeneration on the BigSky is about 0.466 on the Valhalla. And I'm almost on full diffusion on the Valhalla. I've tweaked and tweaked, spent like a sort of minute or so on each of these, not spending forever and ever on them, because essentially you're getting the character or you're not. Turning the amount to full on the Big Sky is equivalent to about about 0.796 on the Valhalla. And I've had to reduce the size. As you increase the feedback on the Valhalla, you've got to reduce the size because the feedback tends to increase the length of the reverb. So here we go. Let's try that on the Valhalla then. And let's just double check those. Let's have a listen to that last note. Slight differences on the end tail there, aren't there? And I think the time that the pitch comes in and the algorithm's slightly different, but not much in that, is there? But really, in a mix, they're the same, aren't they? So let's whack the Strymon up to its full decay. It says 20 seconds, but that's not 20 seconds, is it? So I've done something equivalent on the Valhalla, and I've got the size as 0.06, which is insane. Insanely small considering it's the Strymon's full decay time. Still in the same ballpark, aren't we? Yes, there are differences, but whether the differences that actually count, I don't know. But what the massive difference to me is that when you're tuning in a patch on the Strymon, you've got a lot of play in there. But with the Valhalla, you're looking at the size at 0.06. It's really almost at zero for the same effect. So next question is, what does the Valhalla sound like, or how long does it last with the full effect or the full range? And you can see here from these audio files that there's a massive difference. So let's just play the Strymon again. It's just about 3 bars there, isn't it? And then let's have a look at the Valhalla. Let's count the bars first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost 11 bars. I won't go on because it does the same sort of thing for another 6 bars. But the Strymon does have a hold mode if you want to hold it for forever. So it's got a freeze and an infinite mode. But of course the differences, the different things, aren't they? On the Big Sky, you've got 2 pitch shifts. So 1 and 2. So let's stick this on 6. And what does that sound like? So you don't have 2 pitch shifts on the Shimmer, but you do have these different pitch modes. So this is the dual one, for example. Forget about the actual reverb times on that. I've not matched that very well, have I? But you can hear there's an additional pitch in there as compared to, say, to this. But it's nowhere near as flexible as the BigSky from that perspective. So if I bring in the shimmer here, there's all sorts of things you can do with the modulation rate and the modulation depth. So different beasts, and just for completeness, I'll just show you the modulation minimum and maximum on the Strymon. And stays within the realms of a lush reverb. Always expected they would be, but I did wonder if I could get the sort of BigSky type things from Valhalla, and I think yes you can, as long as you're not using the second pitch shifter. The second pitch shifter is brilliant for all sorts of effects, but for your standard shimmer, the Valhalla's well up there, isn't it? It'll only shift to 12 semitones and BigSky will shift to 24, but there's not a huge difference in it, which is why I've ended up using Valhalla Shimmer over loads of stuff. Not to take anything away from the BigSky. Will I be getting rid of it or will I be keeping it? I don't know yet. I'm going to test it against my Eventide H9, test it against the space algorithms, just to see if things are easier and quicker to fit into a mix. Because that's what's most important to me. Not the tiny finite details that you can obsess over, but, you know, it's about the music. Does it work in a mix? So I'll be testing that soon as well. So I hope that was of some use to someone somewhere. See you next time.